Big poppin', money in the bank coming, dropping a deposit. Having it my way, so I got these bitches watching. Steady getting to it, couldn't fit it in my pocket. Flexing everything, baby, tell me big poppin'. Money in the bank coming, dropping a deposit. Having it my way, so I got these bitches watching. Steady getting to it, couldn't fit it in my pocket. Flexing everything, baby, tell me what the topic.
Yo, what's poppin', Henny gang. If you are new to the channel, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Click that notification bell, select all so that you get notified whenever I do a video. And if you are a returning Henny Gang Mob Down member, now let's get into this topic. So, on last night, I said some things and I had to correct myself because on last night or on yesterday, the neighborhood talk, they made a post about everyone's, I should say, beloved Jodecis member Devonte Swing. And they accused him of being named in one of the Diddy SA cases. Now, I said very loudly and very proudly that Devonte Swing was not named in the case because I went through the Diddy docs and he was not in there. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I have to stand corrected because Davonte is named in the Diddy and Aaron Hall SA case. And in case you missed it or you forgot, I did the Aaron Hall case in this video right here, Whack Not Handling Business. Okay. It also says underneath there, Aaron Hall allegation, Aaron Hall legal troubles. And then it goes into Carlissa throws some shade. Okay. But I'm going to give y'all a little refresher of the case, and we're going to actually listen to the summary of factual accusations that were made. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to complete this Diddy doc, because when we originally ran it, I did also run it with the Aaron Hall interview that he did with DJ Vlad, and baby, he worked everybody's last good nerve. And so we were just all done with it. We were over it, and we agreed that we were going to end the video at that point in time, and we never finished it. But I do know that Davonte is named as Don, and that's why I forgot that he was listed in here. But let's run a refresher. I'm only going to play a little bit. If you would like to see the whole video, as you can see, this begins at 11:11 on the video. So if you would like to watch this whole video, you go ahead and go check it out. But here we go with a little read and reminder. Upon information and belief, in 1990, Miss Garner, a 16-year-old girl, was in New York City with a friend. Miss Garner was invited to New York City by a close friends who were members of chart-topping record group Jodecis. Oh Lord, they bringing Jodecis into this chat. Let me pour my water. I didn't bring my Henny in the office with me, so we gonna be sipping on some water because I need to make sure I stay hydrated. Because baby, these streets is on fire. Okay, so it says Miss Garner and the members of Jodecis are all from North Carolina. In 1990, prior to inviting Miss Garner to NYC, Jodecis was signed by hip-hop artist Heavy D to Uptown Records, a label that was subsidiary to UMG. Jodecis was assigned to Uptown employee Sean Combs, who took on the task of developing the new act. The group was introduced after providing background vocals on the 1990 track Treat Them Like They Want to Be Treated. Now, I'm not going to skip past that. I'm not sure if I did skip past that, but did y'all catch that? That Jodecis was actually being managed by Diddy when he was working for Uptown Records under Andre Harrell. Okay? Forever My Lady is the debut album of Jodecis, released in 1991 by Uptown Records and MCA. The end of summer into the fall of 1990, MCA held an event in their New York City offices. Miss Garner and her friend met Combs and Hall at the offices of MCA Records for this event. In addition to Combs and Hall, Miss Garner met R&B singer Mary J. Blige and hip-hop artist Queen Latifah. Okay. Now you see, this is what I'm talking about. All right. After, Lord, we got everybody in here, child. Wait a minute. Let me come back over here. Let me check on y'all. Let me make sure that y'all are okay over here. Because we talking about, I want to freak you. Okay. We talking about that Jodecis. We talking about Lady I Cry For You. Jodecis is in. Oh, they done named Jodecis. They done named Mary J. Blige and Queen Latifah. Oh, baby. And they done, don't be afraid. Oh, no. You know, the crazy thing is, I always said, I used to confuse, as a matter of fact, not said, but I used to confuse Aaron Hall and R. Kelly. I know I'm not the only one, but let's continue. After the MCA event, Miss Garner recalls attending dinner. Combs and Hall were very flirtatious and handsy with Miss Garner and her friend. They offered them drinks throughout the night. At the age of 16, Miss Garner was a minor in 1990 and incapable of consenting to drink alcohol. In 1985, New York State raised the legal drinking age from 19 to 21. Towards the end of the night, Miss Garner and her friends were invited by Combs and Hall back to Hall's apartment for an after party. Oh, Lord, we getting into a Diddy party. Let me get my bell ready because I know I'm going to have to ring this bell. Okay, I know it. I already know it. I see it. Oh, Lord, I see it. Okay, I see it. Okay. It is important to note that Miss Garner was wearing a black skirt with a button-up blouse. Okay, so he said that's important to note. So that means that we got to pay attention to the fact that that's what she was wearing. All right. While at Hall's apartment, Miss Garner was offered some drinks and was physically forced into having eggs with Combs against her will. At the time Combs assaulted Miss Garner, she recalls feeling the side effects of alcohol. She recalls Combs mounting her and forcing up her skirt, pulling her undergarments to the side and forcibly penetrating her. We done started already. Trigger warning, trigger warning, trigger warning. This portion of content may not be suitable for everybody. Okay. I can't even get the words out because we done started already. We ain't even into the third page. We ain't into that. He has no ceiling and no floor, does he? Lord have mercy. The age of consent for sexual intercourse in New York State was 17 at the time Combs sexually assaulted Miss Garner. After Combs finished doing his business, Lord, that sounds like The Color Purple. He just get on top of me and do his business. What it feel like? He going to the bathroom. Oh, man. Miss Garner recalls being in immense pain in her punata. In comparison to Hall, Miss Garner describes Combs as being prepubescent. I had to make sure I got it out because I could feel my lips forming wrong, okay? After Hall finished graping, wait a minute. We had to miss something. Hold on. We missed something. Hold on. Let me go back. Okay, the age of after Combs was finished doing his business, Miss Garner laid in bed, shocked and traumatized as she was in the process of getting dressed. Hall barged in the room, pinned her down, and forced Miss Garner to have eggs with him. Garner recalls being an immense. Okay, we read this part. In comparison to Hall, Garner describes Combs as being. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Y'all know I laugh at inappropriate stuff. S- So is this what we're gonna call it now? Prepubescent? She said Puffy got a little, he got a Tootsie Roll, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know y'all know that I laugh at inappropriate times. I'm so sorry. That made me so uncomfortable, but it tickled me at the same time. All right. So now, if you would like to continue watching that court doc read, you may go on ahead and do so by going to the video because that's not funny, but it's the prepubescent part that made me chuckle. Okay, so as you can see, I did this video 4 months ago. No, you can't see because I did not put the screen up. Henny, put the screen up, Henny. Okay, so this is the video right here. Not Mr. I Miss You, Aaron Hall, on a case with Diddy. Whack drops the ball on Blueface. Okay, so y'all can go and watch the rest of that video there because, baby, tonight, 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 oh, we gonna get into it tonight. I never said that I could sing, okay? I never said that, but I thought I would serenade y'all just a little bit. Tonight, we are going to get into the witness statement that we did not get into when we read this case 4 months ago. Okay. So, this is also a part of the Lisa Gardner case. As you can see, it's Lisa Gardner versus Sean Combs, Aaron Hall, MCM Music Entertainment Group, Griffin Records, Universal Music Group, NV, John and Jane Doe's 1 through 10, and ABC Corporations, 1 through 10. Now, this is the affidavit of Monica Case. She is a witness who was there with Miss Garner. And she is going to give us her eyewitness account. So let's get our screen right and let's get ready to get into this doc. Okay, this case was filed on May 15th of 2024. And well, the case was filed then, and this is her statement. Monica Case, being duly sworn, deposes and says the following. I am aware of the events that are the subjects of this case. I have known Lisa Gardner since we were in junior high school. I was with her on or about 1990 when we drove in her vehicle to New York City. To the best of my recollection, it was during high school exam week, and we decided to go to New York. High schoolers leaving and driving all the way from, was it North or South Carolina, by themselves during exam week. Ciao. We traveled to New York to visit our friends Delvin DeGrant, and Devonte Swing, who were all members of the R&B group Jodecis. Lisa, myself, and my older sister came to New York to visit Davonte and Delvin. We knew them from Charlotte, North Carolina. When we came to New York, we stayed at a house with Davonte and Delvin that they were renting in New Jersey. The house was located in Inglewood, New Jersey. At the time of our stay, KC, Delvin, and Davonte were all present. JoJo was the only member of Jodecis who was not present. Davonte took us around and showed us different places in New York. He took us to MCA, where we met Aaron Hall and Sean Puffy Combs. Later that evening, we went to Aaron's house. I believe it was an apartment. I remember being able to see New York City from the balcony. I remember Lisa, Aaron, Sean, and my sister all going downstairs. I was upstairs, and Davonte was going up and down the stairs. He has legally changed his name now. In or about 1990, I knew him as Don. Okay. So going forward, she's going to name him as Don. I recall I recall going up and down the stairs, in and out of the room, and I was just honestly sitting there like, what the hell? A couple of times I went downstairs and I said to Don, okay, let's go, or what's going on? I remember a point when I was sitting in Aaron's music room, which was downstairs. It was the first room to the right when you got downstairs to the bottom. I sat in the music room where he had a keyboard and other instruments, just playing around with his keyboard. That's when Aaron came in out of the room, and I think he was wrapped in a towel or something, and grabbed me and forcibly kissed me and pushed. I pushed him off of me, and he started yelling. He let me go, but I remember sitting there for a few minutes because I was shocked to see him nearly completely naked. I was also in shock because I knew he was in the room with my sister Lisa. Child, so now wait a minute. He done came busting out of the room in a towel, and he done grabbed you forcibly and tried to kiss you. Girl, what was going on in that house? From my understanding, Don came out and I asked him, where's my sister? He said she's in the room with Aaron. I was like, I'm ready to go. I want to go. I started raising hell about wanting to leave. Now, I understand because I've been that friend who I want to go. Something ain't right here. I don't feel comfortable. I want to go. I don't care who having a good time. Let's go pack stuff up. I'm ready to leave. I'm ready to leave. I'm ready to leave. Okay. Whoo, child. I don't recall walking into the room. The bathroom was over to the left side of the bedroom. I recall I recall straight ahead on the side of the bedroom, you could see the bed, but you couldn't really see the bed from me opening the door or walking into the room. Don was in the room, leaning against the wall or furniture or something, watching whatever Puffy was doing to Lisa. I was like, I'm ready to go. And he grabbed me and we went upstairs. And I just started losing my ish. I was like, I'm ready to go. Either we go now, you go get my sister, go get Lisa, or I will go down to the doorman and I will call the police. I started raising him. I know that's right. Uh, I can't, we can't sit here and say, well, girl, why you ain't just storming the rooms and do whatever because there's 3 men there. I remember Aaron coming upstairs and he was like, just calm down. It's okay. He tried to calm me down, but I just wouldn't calm down. I was like, I'm ready to go. Shortly after, we ended up leaving. It wasn't a pleasant trip back to their house because Don was pissed that I raised hell. I know that during that time too, he did smoke marijuana, which was provided at the MCA event. And Aaron and Sean had this at Aaron's house as well. That night, I stayed in or slept in Delvin's room at Don's house. I'm not sure where Lisa was, but I recall waking up the next day and some issue going on. I know that Lisa was upset and she was like, he came over here and he choked me. He choked me. And she was upset. And he was just like, we're leaving. The he she's referring to was Puffy. Yes, he came over there and I guess put his hands on her. I didn't witness it, but I woke up to a lot of disarray and just drama. It was just a crazy atmosphere, and I know that it wasn't too long after that we left. This experience completely changed Lisa as a person. I live with an experience I live with this experience personally to this day. I really wish she had spoken up more forcefully at the time. I wish I had spoken up then, raised hell earlier. I felt bad about that. I believe we were in New York City for maybe 3 days. I feel like we came and hung out with Joedci at the house the first day. On the second day, we went out and toured New York City. We went to an MCA event, and then the third day, that's when we left. The photo of Lisa, Aaron Hall, and me was taken on the day of the incident. At the time, I was 15 years old, and Lisa was 16 years old. Child. Now do you see why I was like, oh no. Don was doing that, not Davonte. But you know, I have to say this. I am not surprised by the allegations. And I did say this in my video last night. With all that is going on, I pose a question to you all that watch this video. Would you be so surprised if something came out with accusations against Jodecis, with everything that happened in the 90s? And as hot as they were, and as freaky as their music was, do you honestly think that their hands are completely squeaky clean? I don't know. I hope so. I hope so. I hope so. Because I think Jodecis would just ruin us all if it were to come out that way. I loved me some Devonte Swing. But on a serious note, outside of joking, you know, I do give these court docs, and sometimes I try to make them as light as possible by cracking jokes. And other times I do try to get through them and be, you know, more of a serious journalistic type of person. But I really hope that that's what happened and nothing else comes out for Jodecis. And I'm really looking at the 90s and the early 2000s, like, what was really going on behind the scenes of the music that we all fell in love with? And who are these monsters that created it? That'll do it for this video. Y'all make sure y'all let me know all that you think down in the comment section below. Remember that love is always love, and I will see y'all in the next video. Peace, y'all. And we are